Hello, happy Sunday. I have my helper today. Actually, he's gonna do most of the work. How is everyone? So, I know we are towards almost the end of January, but still, Happy New Year. And I know everyone now is New Year, new me, New Year's resolutions, let's lose weight. So, well, I think what we're gonna make today is definitely, it fits trying to eat healthy and trying to take it easy on fatty food. So we are gonna be making two kinds of proteins. We're gonna do salmon and we are gonna do kafta kebab. So, and to accompany that, we are gonna be making our scratch-made hummus, and we are gonna be making a salad called fattoush, and it is all fresh ingredients, and I will tell you guys what's in it. So we're gonna try to do as much as we can live, and of course towards the end we will show you the final product. And like I said, Samir here actually is the one who started with the whole kebab thing, and then I took it from him. So I added some more spices to his recipe, and now he likes it. So there we go. Hi. Hello, Miss Nelly. So okay, so let's start with the one that's gonna take the most time, and that's gonna be the salad. So for the salad, we do have I have a bunch of vegetables here. So it is Italian parsley. We have 2 bunches of Italian parsley. We have, thank you. We have fresh mint. And if you don't have access to fresh mint, this one here, he grows it in our backyard. But if you don't have access to it in your house, you can definitely buy it from the store. And if not, you can use dry mint as well. We have onion, we have garlic, and this is not all. In here we have cucumbers, radishes, tomatoes, green bell peppers, of course our lemon, and we have baby carrots. If you don't have baby carrots, you can also use the regular carrots as well. So this is for the salad. So I am gonna start chopping it, and Samir, what are you gonna be helping me with? We're gonna put him to do other stuff. So for the beef kebab, the kafta kebab, we have 2 pounds of ground beef, and this one here, okay, I know that, like I said, everybody now is trying to be healthy and they want stuff that is not very fattening. It's okay if you put a little bit of fat in these because you don't want them to be too dry. So in here we use one of the blocks, so each block is 1 pound, and these are the grass-fed. We have one of them with 85% lean and 15% fat, and the other one is the 95 and 5%. So I mean, just a little bit of fat, come on. It's okay to enjoy our food a little bit. So to this, we are gonna add a grated large onion, and we are gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, pressed garlic. And of course, the spices, you know I go crazy with spices. I will tell you as I go what kind of spices go in it as well. So he is gonna work on that. I am gonna grate the onion for him so he can start working on it, and I will start chopping the salad. The salad, it is a little thicker than tabbouleh. For those of you who know tabbouleh is also a Middle Eastern, mostly Lebanese, known for it to be Lebanese salad, and all the vegetables are chopped like itty bitty, very small. This one here, you have a little more room for the vegetables to be chopped a little bit bigger. And of course, what makes it even better is the dressing that we use for it, and it's all fresh stuff. It's the lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil. We have also the sumac, the dried sumac, which is also a spice that adds a little bit of tartness to your food. We have salt, pepper, and we have red wine vinegar. So let's start. We're gonna start adding the things that we need for the kafta kebab. Let me get my grater. And for those of you who have watched before, you know that we try to do everything from scratch. So if you get tired of watching us doing everything from scratch, of course, later I am gonna be posting the final product. But if you want to learn step by step, then I hope you guys stay tuned with us. Okay, so I have my stuff. So my onion, and if you don't have a hand grater and you like to use your food processor, go ahead and do it. That's fine. I'm just showing you how we do it here at the Halaby's household. So there we have it. I just take off the skin and we grate it on the coarser side. We use this side, not the very thin one. It's okay if you have a little bit of chunks. Hello everyone. So what are you guys up to? I know football is very exciting nowadays. We are in the finals. And by the way, next Monday, I will be making a cake on Food Network. I'll be competing on Winner Cake All with Miranda, with Officer Wooten. She is a police officer actually, and she is gonna be my teammate, and we're gonna be making a football for Rashad Jennings, a football cake. So you guys tune in, 9 p.m., Winner Cake All. Okay, so we are gonna grate our onion. This is the part that he doesn't like as much. Make him cry. Hold your breath. That's good. So he's actually like my supervisor. He makes sure that I'm doing it right and that I am not cutting my hand. Huh?
You don't need to put it.
No, it needs the whole thing. And Zaina is hungry. She's roaming the kitchen. She's opening the refrigerator. Go over there. She's growing, so she is always hungry. Eat whatever you want to, Mama. Don't cry, my friend. He's not crying yet. Stay tuned. It might happen later. So here we go. So we have, like I said, one large onion. If you don't like onion that much and you don't like the bite, how it feels like when you bite into it, then I guess your other option is to use onion powder. I am going to be using onion powder as well, but I mean, I do like to use a fresh onion. So we do squeeze the juice out of it. See, I'm the one who's crying now. Samir, you're making me cry. Life. See what he does?
For the change.
For a change, he made me cry now. I'll get him, don't worry. So here you go. So I try to take out as much as possible. So you see all this juice, we don't need that. We don't want them to be too liquidy or too, you don't want to have a lot of liquid in it because it makes it hard when we mix it. Okay, so we have that, and to that we are gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, and of course I always use the fresh garlic. I know my son, he buys the ones that are already peeled, so because he says that he doesn't have time to peel them. So if you don't have time to peel your garlic cloves, then buy the already peeled ones, but I feel like these taste better. So I don't know, maybe it's just a preference and it's just being used to it. What am I making? So I am making a kafta kebab, and I am making a fattoush salad, and I am making a salmon. We're gonna do them on the grill, and the salmon is gonna be actually grilled on a cedar plank. So we're preparing for all of that, so you get to see the ingredients that we use. Okay, so there we have it. We have the onion, one grated onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and I am gonna start adding my spices. You know, I have to use spices. So I have a teaspoon. We're gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. This is a little too much. You can always add salt, but you cannot take off, so take it easy. Fresh ground pepper. This one here, I would say to your preference. Some people like a lot of pepper, but this here is also about half a teaspoon.
That is way more than that.
That's way more than that. Zaina's saying it's way more than that. Okay, so we have cinnamon, and this is half a teaspoon cinnamon. We have chili powder. Chili powder, we're just gonna do about a 1/4 teaspoon. It's just to add a little bit of flavor, but not to make it super hot. Now, if you do like your food spicy, go ahead and add a little bit more. But this is enough heat for us. Cumin. Cumin is very important in this one. Oh, it's very good, by the way. Once you try it, you always want to make it. And it's easy. It's something that you can actually prepare the night before and leave it in the refrigerator until the next day. So actually the flavors will come in even stronger the next day. So I have half a teaspoon of cumin, crushed red pepper, also about a quarter teaspoon. And remember, this here we're making 2 pounds of beef, depending on how big your family is. And you can definitely make half, make more, it's up to you. I have ground nutmeg, also about a quarter teaspoon of the nutmeg. And last but not least, I need the ginger. Where is the ginger? We do use a lot of spices in our cooking, and it just, especially with meat, it definitely helps bringing the flavor out. Okay, so we have also garlic powder. Even though we added fresh garlic, I also like to add more garlic powder. That's half a teaspoon. And I also have here onion powder. This one here is always a tricky one. And this is half a teaspoon of the onion powder. So to all of this, we are gonna mix it together, kind of like you're mixing dough. And then we're gonna use, they're almost our kebab sticks. They look like swords. If you don't have those, don't worry. You can use bamboo sticks. Just make sure that you have them in water before you put the meat on it, so they don't burn on the grill. Okay, so he's gonna mix all of that together. And I'm gonna start chopping my salad. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Oh, you lived in Egypt, so definitely you've had the kebab then, the kafta kebab or the shish kebab like they call it over there. So in here, okay, so for the salad, we have the parsley. I do like to use the Italian parsley. Now, if you don't have access to Italian parsley, the curly parsley is absolutely fine. We have them already washed, and actually we make them like in little, we put them together like in bushes. And this is, I know it may sound a little funny to some of you, but what we try to do by gathering them like this is, so you don't have a lot of the stems. So we have more of the leaf area. So that's why we have them gathered like that. If you look at it, like all of it, all you see is leaves together. Majority of it is leaves, of course. Aywa. Yes, aywa. Okay, so I think you guys, can you see exactly what we're doing? There you go. Okay, so what we do is we take off all of the stems, because it's just too much stems. If you are gonna use a food processor to do this, you make sure that you just pulse, like pulsing. You cannot just turn it on because it's gonna end up like a juice. You just pulse and let go, pulse and let go until it's chopped to what you want it to be. Again, I do it by hand. So we are cutting them about 1/8 of an inch. This is what we're going for. Okay, you see that? This is what we're going for. So we're gonna chop them. So for this salad, we are gonna need parsley, tomatoes, cucumber, green pepper, carrots, radishes, and of course onion, a little bit of garlic, and our dressing is gonna be made out of lemon juice, olive oil, and red wine vinegar. And of course, don't forget the salt and pepper. So look what we're going for. You see that? So these are already washed, and they are, we wash them, we let them drain, and then we put them on paper towel for the extra water to dry. For those of you working moms and dads that still like to cook, we haven't been cooking as much, being busy with the bakeries and the menu and the bridal shows. But I mean, this is something that definitely you can also do the prepping the day before, and then the next day just put it all together. Most of the dinners that we try to do, especially on working nights, is between 35 to 45 minutes. Some of them do take an hour depending on how much they have to cook, especially like with chicken, with poultry. Definitely it needs time. So as you can see right here, he mixed all of the beef, the ground beef, with all of the spices, and they are ready to go on the skewers, our swords, like we said. So let me show you two ways. I'm gonna show you, if you have the kind of skewers that we have, perfect. But if you don't, it's okay. So let me go get them because his hands are okay. So with this here, this is a tip. When you're making them, of course, they do tend to stick to your hand because of the fat. So what you can do is have a bowl of cold water and then dip your hand a little bit in it, so it will help you shape it on the skewer. We'll be right back. I wasn't kidding about swords. You see that? There you go. So these are the swords. We're gonna start putting them together. Hello, Tony. That's my neighbor. Our neighbor, business neighbor. So that's one way to do them. We do them like this, and always keep in mind to leave space for when you put it on the grill, so you have space for the skewers to sit, because you don't want it to fall.
Don't give her ideas.
I should open a restaurant. We're working on that. Hopefully it will happen. I know we don't have a good Arabic restaurant anywhere close to us, so I mean, we have been thinking about it. It's just that the lack of time. So if you see, look how thin it is. It's this way. Okay. What's his face? What is he doing? About opening the restaurant? Yeah, I know. His face, he's saying. So if you don't have access to those skewers, like I said, we have these here.
I don't know how to.
I spray my hands with cooking spray. Yeah, you can do that as well. Yes, definitely. That helps too. So you make it too, right? If you want to share your recipe over here, go ahead and do it. Look at him. He's a pro. Look how fast he goes with that. Are they sticking okay? Is there too much room here?
Yes.
Because here is too much room.
that's good.
Okay, just عمل واحد بس like for sure cookie. Okay. So there you have it, and then he's gonna make one. Oh, you're not gonna put the fingerprints like I do it?
No.
So what I do is I actually put like fingerprints on it, and then it looks wavy. He's like, no, he doesn't want to do it. Okay, so he's gonna make a small one for you guys to see how. He's not used to these, so bear with him, please. So he's like, I don't know how to use this. Forget you. You want some water?
That's good.
Looks good? See? There you have it. So just make sure to squeeze it, push it, like make it stick to the skewer. Because if not, when you start grilling it, these are going to go on the grill. When you start grilling it, then it will start coming off. So make sure to press it good on the skewer. He's not pressing it good enough. He's not used to these, like I said.
Girl,
but there you go. See? You see that? Now, if you don't have access to a grill or you don't want to grill it, definitely this is something that you can put in a pan and bake it in the oven at 375 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. So that's definitely something that you can play with as far as the cooking method for it. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish my salad here. I have one more bunch to cut. So for those of you who don't eat beef for any reason, I am gonna be making a salmon as well, and that one is gonna be grilled too. It's gonna be grilled on a cedar plank that I have already soaking in the sink. Why do I soak it? Because you don't want it to burn. So the extra moisture in the wood will help it to stay longer on the grill, and definitely have get the salmon cooked to the temperature that you need it to cook. So here you go. Now I have the fresh mint. With the fresh mint, you definitely do not need the stem. You only need the leaves. So you take the leaves off of the stem because definitely it's hard. So take all the leaves off. You see that? So you take them off of the stem, and like I said, if you don't have access to fresh mint or you forgot to buy fresh mint, try to keep a little container of dried mint. Definitely that's something that you can find at the store, the grocery store, and it's packed with flavor. It's since they are dry, definitely the flavor is like stronger, it's condensed. Okay, a goat and lamb, yes, definitely. Those parts of the world, we do use lamb a lot. Lamb is definitely more of a gamey kind of meat, and if it's not prepared right, the taste of it is strong, and not everybody likes that taste. So lamb is definitely a kind of meat that you have to know how to prepare it. Other than that, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna enjoy it. Now back home they do add ground lamb to the kebabs, by the way. I don't do it here. The kids don't like it that much, so we try to stick with beef. So there you go. So we have about, altogether, give and take, before I chop it, I have about a cup of mint leaves. So this is before we chop them. Of course, now after I chop them, they're gonna end up being like this much. I saw a meme today, it was so funny. It had like spinach in a pan, and it said, and then spinach wilted, already cooked in a pan, and it said gross pay and the final pay when you get your check, like how much. At first it's this big and then it's that small. That's what's gonna happen here. And I thought that was funny because that's how it happens. After you have to share your taxes and your withholdings and everything, you end up with this much. Anyways, let's not talk about that, right? So right here, I am chopping them. Now these here, I am chopping them a little bit smaller than how I chop the parsley. Now keep in mind, guys, I am not a chef by any means. I'm just a girl who likes to cook and eat, right?
Yep.
He knows that. He's been married to me for 23 years. About the eating part, I love eating. And it has to definitely be good food. Well, sometimes it's not always good food. As long as I eat, I'm fine. You don't want to see me hangry, okay? So, there you go. We have it. And these are already washed. Like, you have to make sure, if you have the fresh mint, that they are washed and dried. Because if not, then for some reason they turn black. They oxidize. So that's something that I need to look into why it does that. So there you go. So after we chopped it, we have about a 1/4 cup of chopped fresh mint leaves. If you don't like the taste of mint, you can omit it, but honestly, that's what adds that freshness taste to it, and it complements it. Okay, so cucumbers. I have the little salad cucumbers. Yeah, I like these. We like these. They are crunchy. They are, they're also crisp. So we like using these. If you don't have access to these, then the big cucumbers is good. Now, if you are gonna be using the big ones, peel them a little bit because the skin is a little hard. So what you do is you just like peel them in stripes. You see that? So just like keep them, don't take all the skin. The skin of this kind of cucumber is soft. So actually if you wanna keep it on, it's absolutely fine. But if you're using the other type, definitely do the stripe things, like that, okay? So I have 4 small cucumbers, which equals to about 2 big ones. Well, yeah, let's see. I'll measure and let you know. What is it?
Some question.
You have a question? Too bad we don't have. I know, that would have been so good. Hopefully that will be the next technology about smell-o-vision. Be like, okay, so I'm cooking, but then that's gonna be not fair because then you smell it, you see it, but you can't taste it. That's even like hard, it's harder. So in here, this is how we are gonna be cutting the cucumbers. Let me show you. You see that? That's how we are gonna chop it. So, hello Kamal, thank you. بقول لك يعطيك العافية.
Oh, thank you.
We have people watching from everywhere. That's the cool thing about technology and the internet and Facebook. Really, it connected us to the whole world, and it's just amazing. I've caught up with friends from school. I've caught up with friends from overseas that I haven't seen or heard from in years. So it's definitely a blessing. It can also be a curse. Knowing too much about each other. Like I do, always posting about what I'm doing. Yes, oh, yes, you will be hungrier, definitely. If we did the smell of vision, I will definitely make you guys hungrier. So, there you go. Okay, one bad thing about me is I like to snack. So, just making sure they're good, right? Okay, carrots. I do add a little bit of carrot. Hi. Yes, do you see how he's skewering? He's like, that's Tatiana. He's saying you're a pro. Look at him. Look at him go. Okay, so for the sorry, making a mess here. Okay, so the carrots, if you have the baby carrots, then use them. If you have the bigger ones, cut them in half, and then make sure you slice them small. You see, they are thin. They are thinly sliced. If you use a slicer, good for you. Use the big carrots and then use the slicer. That's awesome. I don't have any of those things. I'm still used to doing stuff, like I say, grandma's way. So there you go. Okay. So we have about, also give and take, about a half cup chopped cucumbers. Okay, so for the kebabs that he just made, he is gonna grill them. So the grill is definitely outside. If you don't have a grill outside, then it's something that you can do like on the stove. Do it too. In this case, then you won't be needing the skewers. You will have to make them more like fingers, like little fingers. So, okay, so I added the carrots. I'm gonna add the radishes. Now these little things are scary sometimes to deal with. And these, don't put too much because definitely it's a strong flavor. If you don't like radishes, no worries. Don't worry about it. I'm not having radishes. But I do like to add it because it just adds flavor. And we're trying to use all fresh vegetables, so, because what is it? New year, new resolutions, new us. Hopefully this is gonna help to look good eating this kind of healthy food. Healthy and fresh. So there you go. Just, this is like about 1/8 of a cup. Okay, so after this, we are gonna chop the tomatoes. Actually, no, I'm gonna do the green bell pepper. Okay, for the bell pepper, if some of you don't use it that much, we do use it a lot in our cooking, especially in the Hispanic side, because I also cook. Remember, I was born in Venezuela, so I also cook Venezuelan food, and we do use a lot of pimentones, like we call it. So, you see that? Okay, so that's about half. What is this knife? There you go. So this here, I take it off. If there's any chefs watching me, I know I'm not a chef. I'm not trying to take your position. I'm just a home cook who likes to eat. So if I'm using the knife in a bad way or in the wrong way, please tell me. I like to learn. Okay, so he has those ready. After that, I am gonna season the salmon so he can also take it outside and start grilling them. They take about, how long does the kebab take, Samir? About 20 minutes?
But
Any onions? Yes, I am gonna be adding onions.
it depends how much they want them. I mean, medium well.
We make them usually like medium well, right?
Medium.
About how many minutes?
But probably 3 to 4 minutes on each side.
Okay, so look at that. We will have kebab ready in about 10-15 minutes at the most. You will have your meat cooked and ready. So I guess I need to hurry up and do this so he can go and grill them quick to show you guys how they look like. Yes, so look at them, how they come out before we grill them. You see that? So for 2 pounds, it made us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a small one. So it made us 10 big kebabs. So that should be plenty for a family of 4, unless you eat a lot like we do. Then that's enough for a family of 3, or for 2 with leftovers. How about that? So this is the green pepper, green bell pepper. Don't be using jalapeno and then you come and tell me, oh, it was spicy. I didn't tell you to use jalapeno. I have a large tomato. And take off, of course. He's gonna turn on. Okay, so go ahead and I'll be. Okay, so for the tomatoes, we are gonna chop them. Not too thick, not too thin. Just right. Well, here, let's try. So. This is how big I'm chopping the tomatoes, okay? So in here, any questions at all? Any questions about the ingredients, about anything? Most of the ingredients, you can just find them at the regular grocery store. There is no need for the specialty store until now. When I make the hummus, you are gonna be needing the tahini sauce from a specialty store. I believe they are carrying now at Whole Foods. They do have it. The tahini. It is sesame paste. So if you need some, I believe at the Whole Foods store you can find it. There is a Central American Middle Eastern restaurant in a town nearby. It's have you tried it? I mean, Middle Eastern food, it is known for the freshness. It's freshness. It's definitely, it's tasty. Middle Eastern food is tasty. We use a lot of spices, and it's not spices in a like heat way. No, spices to add flavor to our dishes, especially meat. We use a lot of garlic. We use a lot of onions. It's definitely a lot of flavor in our dishes. So if you've never had Middle Eastern food, it's mostly, you can say, Lebanese food. You definitely have to try it one day. I'm hoping maybe in the future we'll be able to open one here in Central Texas. You never know. If God has a plan for us, I'll be more than happy to do it. If not, then we'll wait. Okay, so we are gonna be needing about half of a small onion, and we are gonna cut it very, very small. You can also use, hey Nikki, you can also use red onion. That's it. If you don't like onions, fresh onions, I guess don't use them. But like I said, they just add flavor to the salad. They complement it. So I guess don't use the onion, but try to use the garlic a little bit, please. I'm trying to give you the original way or the traditional way of doing it. So try it, give it a try. Don't be scared of trying new stuff. I know sometimes like, oh, onion, no, oh, garlic, no, try it before you decide. Sometimes maybe you didn't eat it the right way, that's why you didn't like it, you know. But when you have it in the right dish, seasoned the right way, you'll definitely love it. So there you go. That's also about 1/8 of a cup. And I told you guys that I do add garlic to it, so I'm just gonna do yes, garlic, onions do taste good. Okay, so I'm just gonna add 1 clove of garlic to it. And of course, my favorite thing to use, my garlic smusher, that's what I call it. Hello, Mr. Turwan. I am not left-handed actually, I am right-handed. I don't know, I use it a lot, but I'm not Left-handed. See, there you go. So 1 clove of garlic. Okay, what do you need? He wants me to season the salmon. He's like, come on, let's do it. Okay, what is it?
Let me get that.
Okay, so let me show you first what we're adding to this, because he's gonna come with the plank and he wants me to get the plank ready. Let me turn the light on. It's getting a little dark, isn't it? All right. There you go, more light. So we have 1 lemon, and you know how I have, those of you who've watched me cook, I have some kitchen gadgets that I always like to use, like this lemon squeezer. Look at it, look. So easy. There, this 1 half, and this is the other half. So I'm adding 1 lemon. There you go. And then I am adding, I told you about the sumac. I'm adding half a teaspoon of sumac. So half a teaspoon of salt, kosher salt. And I am gonna be adding some fresh pepper. And then one thing, I forgot one thing. And I hope I have it. I add thyme usually to it, but I don't know if I have any thyme left.
What is it?
Ground thyme? No. Let's add oregano. Yes, oregano. A little bit of oregano. There you go. So we have that, and then to this we are gonna add our olive oil. See, usually I don't measure, so I am forcing myself to measure for you guys. I go by smell. So that's 3, let me put 4. 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Can you open that, please? The juice of 1 lemon. And 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. I'm also gonna venture and add just a little bit of crushed red pepper. There you go. And we're gonna mix all this together. Okay, so you know how here they use croutons, bread croutons for their salads? Well, we do the same in our salad, but our bread is the pita bread or the Arabic bread. Yes, I have a handsome helper right here, Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you made them blush. So, there you have it. If you like more tomatoes in it, feel free to add more tomatoes to it. If you want less parsley, definitely add less parsley. This is how I make it. And I mean, you don't have to make it exactly like me, but I mean, I'm giving you an idea of a salad, a different salad that you guys can make. There you have it. It's very fresh and it's refreshing. I need to try it. So when we make the croutons, the bread croutons, this here what we do is we cut it in small squares. We drizzle it with olive oil and with a little bit of kosher salt, and we put it in the oven until they get golden brown. So that's how we make our croutons. Well, having a celiac child, we try not to put bread at all, because honestly it doesn't like add much to the flavor. It's more a texture thing, so you don't have to worry about it if you don't want to. Okay, how does it taste? Then we have to try it, right? Your salad looks delicious. It's very fresh. Thank you, Miss Jane. It's very fresh. It is delicious, and it's something that you can make all year round. So let's see. You wanna try it? There you go. It's very crunchy. Everything is good? No salt?
No.
Perfect.
I don't like salt, you know.
So, if those of you have a salty taste, add more salt. It's always better to add less salt because you can always add more, but if it's too salty, then that's a problem. Okay? So we have that. And now, our salmon. Ta-da! Here you go. I told you we are gonna make it on a cedar plank. Hello, Joe. Thank you. So we have a cedar plank that we soaked for about 30 minutes. Actually, we did soak it a little bit more, right?
Probably a couple hours.
It's been soaking for about an hour, yes. So
The more the better.
the longer you soak it, the better it is. So it is soaked and it's ready. So we are gonna dry it a little bit, and actually we are gonna spray it with a little bit of non-spray. Do
Yes.
you soak it? Do you
Uh-huh.
spray it?
Just a little bit.
Okay, so let me get you. Okay, so we are gonna spray it with non-spray. If you don't have non-spray, just a little bit of oil. Okay, there we go. So actually, this one here, I season it on the plank. What we do is olive oil. Okay, salt, kosher salt. Fresh pepper. One thing, I forgot the lemon pepper. Okay, garlic. We use fresh garlic.
And you put a little bit.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna use lemon pepper as well. So about 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, depending how much you like garlic. It might take 2 cloves. Let's see. Do you need another one?
I think it's good.
1 is enough. Okay, so 1 large clove of garlic or 2 small ones. Lemon pepper. You see that? It's almost like I'm covering it all with it. Let's do, you want me to do some of this or no? No? No, okay. Ground ginger. The salmon, I feel like ginger goes really well with it, as well as lamb and chicken, of course. So ground ginger. Okay, and one more thing that I like to add to this is rosemary, dried rosemary. Hello. Okay, so this is some dried rosemary, and I think it's no more than half a teaspoon, honestly. You don't need a whole lot. What else? And then put the lemon. Lemon. Okay, so one thing that you can do also, especially for garnish, is, can I move it just a little bit? Is you can add lemon slices to it. It's not a must, but it just looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay, there you go. Look how pretty that is. Let's show it to them. So, what he is gonna do now,
2 pieces.
you wanna do 2 more? Okay.
Without fingers.
Without fingers. You sure? It adds some flavor to it. It's fresh. Okay, there you go. There you go. So let's make them look pretty. Ooh, look at that. Is that good? Okay. So what he's gonna do now, he is gonna cover it loosely with foil, aluminum foil, and he is gonna put it in the oven for about 20 minutes.
About 15, 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes. Also depending on how you like your fish, how you like it cooked, medium to medium well, or if you want it medium raw, medium rare, medium raw, that's what I call it. Then you can leave it for 10 minutes. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here you have it. So we cover it loosely. You see that? There you go. Okay. last but not least, our hummus. So for those of you who like hummus, you don't have to go buy hummus from the store anymore because we don't know when they made it, how they made it. You can make your own and store it in the fridge for up to a week, and just at any time take it out and use it as a dip, use it as a spread in your sandwiches, and it's fresh and it's very easy to make. I promise you it doesn't take more than 5 minutes, if not less. So let me clean up a little bit here. And we are gonna be making, like I said, our fresh hummus. Now, this is the kind of like, let's say, the original recipe or the plain hummus recipe. And then if you wanna add more flavors to it, like roasted bell peppers, if you wanna add pine nuts, if you wanna add cumin, anything you guys wanna add to it, it's up to you. I'm just gonna give you the base, and then from there, you play with it however you want to. So, for that, I have 2 cans drained garbanzo beans or chickpeas, and these are the, let me tell you what size, I'll be back. These are the 15.5-ounce cans. I'm using Goya brand. It doesn't have to be Goya brand, but this is the brand that I mostly use. So this one here is 15 ounces. I'm using 2, so that's about 30 ounces. So this is one thing that I do though. For garnish, I actually keep a little bit of these beans. I keep them aside because I'm gonna show you how we garnish it as well. So let me go ahead and do it now. I use my hands a lot. Please excuse me. Of course I use tools, but I use my hands more. So there you go. I kept about half a cup aside. So now we are gonna make the hummus. Hi, Sarah.
Sorry, I called. I didn't know you were.
Yeah, you're cold. Well, I was doing a live.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah. Okay, so for this, I definitely use a food processor. I'm trying to make it come this way. It's just not long enough. Let's see. I don't know. Can you guys see it? You can see it that well, huh? This is the closest one that I have, right? Let me move it. Can you move the camera a little bit this way? Just a little bit. There we go. That's enough.
Okay.
Yes.
There
There we go. So,
There.
here you have it. Okay, so food processor, watch your fingers, don't touch the blade. I mean, it's just basic safety things that we have to do. Okay, so the 2 cans drained. You don't have to wash them. I didn't wash them, I just drained them. Okay, so to this we are gonna add half a teaspoon salt. Like I said, you can always add more later if you feel like it needs more. A little bit of pepper. And then I have the juice of 1 lemon. Getting stuff all over
What are
myself.
you making?
Everything. Salmon, kebab. I made fattoush without bread, and I'm making hummus. What else do you want? You want potatoes?
Yes.
Okay, then peel them so we can put them in the oven.
Oh,
So-
sis.
No,
Who said I came to help?
it's a family thing.
Oh, is it? Where's Zena? Oh.
It's a half a family thing. So, I have the juice of 1 lemon. I might need to add a little more lemon. We're checking a little bit after we mix them. So there, and then I have the tahini. So again, tahini is sesame paste. So this is what's used. It's kind of like the base for hummus and baba ganoush, which is the eggplant dip. So
Do you wash the potatoes before or after you peel them?
either way. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3. We'll start with 3. Actually, 1 more, 4. So 4 tablespoons of tahini sauce. Okay, and then I need Greek yogurt. If you are a vegetarian, I don't know all vegetarians if they don't eat yogurt, or if they do, you don't have to put the yogurt, but I do. That's not wheat.
Does it have?
That's sesame. It shouldn't have wheat. So this is it's just 100% sesame, ground sesame. So this is actually gluten free. So you can actually use it, which is good because we use a lot of bread, a lot of wheat, and we've been wanting to cut down a little bit. Okay, so for here we are gonna add
بعد ما استعملت لا الخيارات
one. This is a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so we're gonna put it all together, and we are gonna blend it. So it's gonna be loud. Hang on. While it's mixing, we're gonna add olive oil to it. So 1.5. I'll let you know. Garlic. I'm gonna add garlic to it. So, I added a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil while it was mixing. It helps it get creamy. And I added a clove of garlic. It was too big, so I added half of it. So let's see how it tastes. It's good.
Ew, stop
I can make
those
hummus.
faces.
So here you have it. Actually, it can take a little bit more salt also, but let's keep it like that. So, I'm making a mess. I'm good at that, by the way. So let me show you how to plate this. It's very simple, and it's just, always remember, it's one thing that I always say, you eat with your eyes first, so always make sure that the presentation is nice, no matter what you're presenting. So if it looks good, if somebody hasn't had it before, they're gonna be curious and wanna try it. So let me, there you go, moving it, sorry. There you go. So I have, what do you want to use to plate the hummus? Let's use,
This
okay. I have so many places, I'm trying to, okay, look at these. So these will make you feel like you are back home and you're eating at a restaurant. These are like, what would you call these? Clay dishes, huh? It's like clay dishes, and this is something that they use back home in the restaurants.
Mama
So
Huh?
Mama
I'm gonna put that in here. Look how simple this is. So you're gonna go like that. He's tasting it to make sure that it tastes good. So, is it good? Tastes good? Okay, so I went a little bit too much on that side. There you go. Okay, and then the hummus that we had, the extra, actually hummus, garbanzo in Arabic is hummus. So that's why it's called hummus here. It should be called chickpeas dip.
Ew.
If you wanna, yeah,
No,
or
it
garbanzo,
shouldn't.
or garbanzo dip. No, if we were to translate that the right way, that's how it should be named. So I just added a little bit of olive oil, and then if you have still a little bit of the parsley left, then you can actually, let's just do that. I mean, simple, nothing wow. Here you go. There you have it. And why not add a little bit of chili powder to that? Or paprika. I don't have paprika. I ran out of paprika and I keep forgetting to get some. So you have it. Look at that. You guys like it? Hummus.
Girl, what are those facial expressions? I can't take you seriously right now.
Sarah's behind the camera.
If y'all watch
cracking up.
Cake Wars and just watch her facial expressions the whole time, I think that's enough for your whole week to laugh.
Sorry. I know. I make crazy faces. I think that's why they invited me to compete. So I can't help it. I just make crazy faces and they make fun of me. So that's why I'm gonna eat.
Stop eating.
Okay, I'm waiting on the kebab.
Okay, well here's
So I
the
can
potatoes.
show you how the kebab looks like. Is it done? He's eating. He is munching from the grill. Thank you, Cindy. They're very good, by the way. So I sent him to the grill to go and grill the kebabs, and guess what he's doing? He's tasting them. Yeah. So what he does is he gets full eating from the grill. And then when we sit down to eat, he's like, oh, it's okay. You guys eat. I don't have to eat. You eat. Of course, he ate half of the kebabs on the grill.
Sis, why are you roasting him on camera? Leave him alone.
Because he took a piece of bread and he's eating kebab. So I'm waiting on that. Let me show you the salad for those of you who just tuned in. This is the salad that we made. We have the salad. We have the hummus. I'm waiting on the protein to be done. And Sarah, she loves potatoes. So actually she went and how many did you peel?
4.
Oh my God. She peeled 4 potatoes. So I'm just
You
gonna
didn't
prepare
give
them
me
for
an
her.
amount.
And here he comes. He's gonna share with me.
Hello.
What? Did you eat them?
Just put a little hummus on.
He didn't even bring it for you.
So he's gonna taste it to make sure it's cooked right. So he added some hummus to it.
No way. No way. He brought it to eat it in front of me.
Thank you. Tastes good? Yeah? It's approved. So
Thank you.
actually it tastes good. You're good. So I will put the picture. I'm sorry, talking with my mouth full. How rude of me. Once he finishes grilling them, that they need about another 5 minutes. I'm not gonna keep you waiting. So I will post the picture of the final product down here. And if you guys want the recipe, let me know. I'll write it again. Like I said, I usually don't measure, but I'm starting to measure. Oh, hi Larry, you missed it. Guess what you missed? Your friend Samir is grilling and he's eating from the grill, but actually he brought me a little piece. So he shared. So other than that, you guys have an awesome Sunday. Happy Sunday. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, so most of us are off. Enjoy your day off, and we will be doing this more often. I will have him help again. And other than that, tune in next Monday, the 28th. Winner Cake All on Food Network. I will be competing once again, my 4th time on Food Network. This one is gonna be fun. I'm competing. Actually, my team member is a police officer. So this is Sarah here. Say hi. She's off to college soon. Other than that, you guys have a very happy and blessed Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will be back hopefully next week. We will hope for that. Bye-bye.